The Mark of AI by Ben Carr. Imagine living in a future where technology is advancing at lightning speed, reshaping everything we know about humanity. The Mark of AI offers a bold perspective from a Christian futurist, navigating the fascination but complex crossroads of faith, ethics, and innovation. In this chapter, we're going to explore a reality that celebrates the incredible potential of AI to enhance our lives, but also serves as a cautionary tale about how unchecked technological ambition can overshadow our very humanity. And it raises an important question. Could AI be leading us to the mark of the beast? This journey is filled with fictional storytelling that doesn't shy away from the tough questions we face today. Questions about freedom, dignity, and spiritual truth in a rapidly changing world. So, grab your favorite drink, settle in, and let's embark on this thought-provoking adventure together. You don't want to miss the insights and reflections that will challenge you and inspire a faith-rooted response to the rise of technology. Ready? Let's dive into Chapter 1. Chapter 1. The Genesis of the Machine Age. The relentless march of technological progress has ushered in an era defined by exponential growth, nowhere more evident than in the burgeoning field of artificial intelligence, AI. This seemingly unstoppable force, fueled by ever-increasing computing power and the deluge of data generated by our hyper-connected world, presents humanity with both unprecedented opportunities and profound challenges. The sheer speed of AI's development is breathtaking. What was once confined to the realm of science fiction, intelligent machines capable of learning, reasoning, and even creativity, is rapidly becoming a tangible reality. From self-driving cars navigating complex urban landscapes to sophisticated algorithms diagnosing medical conditions with remarkable accuracy, AI is reshaping our world at an astonishing pace. However, this rapid advancement is not without its inherent risks. The very capabilities that make AI so powerful also raise profound ethical questions. The potential for bias in algorithms, leading to discriminatory outcomes, is a significant concern. The increasing reliance on AI in critical decision-making processes, from loan applications to criminal justice, raises questions about accountability and transparency. Furthermore, the potential for AI to be misused for malicious purposes, such as autonomous weapon systems or sophisticated disinformation campaigns, presents a genuine threat to global security and societal stability. The transformative impact of AI is already being felt across a multitude of industries. In manufacturing, robots equipped with AI are transforming production lines, increasing efficiency and productivity while simultaneously displacing human workers. In the healthcare sector, AI-powered diagnostic tools are enhancing the accuracy and speed of medical diagnoses, leading to improved patient outcomes. In finance, AI algorithms are used to detect fraud, manage risk, and provide personalized financial advice. The transportation industry is undergoing a revolution with the development of self-driving vehicles, promising to improve safety and efficiency while simultaneously disrupting existing business models and employment patterns. The implications of this widespread adoption are far-reaching and complex. While AI offers the potential for increased productivity, economic growth, and improved quality of life, it also poses significant challenges. The displacement of human labor through automation is a major concern, leading to fears of mass unemployment and increased economic inequality. As AI-powered systems become increasingly sophisticated, the question of job security for humans becomes increasingly pressing. This economic disruption is not merely a hypothetical concern. It is already impacting various sectors, forcing us to confront the need for adaptation and retraining on a massive scale. The rapid pace of technological change necessitates a corresponding shift in educational priorities, focusing on skills that are less susceptible to automation. The lack of robust regulation and oversight in the development and deployment of AI exacerbates these concerns. The speed of innovation often outpaces the capacity for effective regulation, creating a potential vacuum of accountability. The absence of clear ethical guidelines and regulatory frameworks leaves open the possibility of unforeseen consequences and the potential for misuse. This necessitates a concerted effort from governments, industry leaders, and ethicists to establish clear principles and regulations that guide the responsible development and deployment of AI. This requires collaboration on an international scale to ensure that the benefits of AI are shared widely while mitigating the risks. A failure to act decisively could lead to a future where the benefits of AI are disproportionately enjoyed by a select few, while the burdens fall disproportionately on the most vulnerable members of society. The ethical considerations surrounding AI extend beyond economic disruption and job displacement. The increasing use of AI in surveillance technologies raises serious concerns about privacy and civil liberties. Facial recognition systems, data mining techniques, and predictive policing algorithms have the potential to erode individual freedoms and create a chilling effect on dissent. The potential for algorithmic bias to perpetuate existing inequalities, particularly in areas such as criminal justice and loan applications, is a grave concern. The lack of transparency in how many AI systems operate makes it difficult to identify and address these biases, further complicating the ethical landscape. Moreover, the increasing dependence on AI raises questions about human autonomy and agency. As AI systems take on more decision-making tasks, the capacity for human oversight and intervention diminishes. This raises concerns about accountability and the potential for unintended consequences. The temptation to delegate critical decisions to AI systems, driven by efficiency and the desire to minimize human error, can lead to a gradual erosion of human control and responsibility. This highlights the importance of maintaining a human-centered approach to the development and deployment of AI, ensuring that AI systems serve human needs and values rather than the other way around. The rapid advancement of AI also forces us to confront profound philosophical and theological questions. The development of increasingly sophisticated AI raises questions about the nature of consciousness, intelligence, and even the very definition of humanity. As AI systems become more capable of mimicking human behavior and intelligence, the line between human and machine becomes increasingly blurred. This raises questions about the uniqueness of human existence and the inherent dignity of the human person. From a Christian perspective, this raises fundamental questions about the image of God in humanity and the implications of creating artificial beings that possess some or all of the attributes typically associated with human beings. The exponential growth of AI presents humanity with a defining moment. The choices we make today, in terms of regulation, ethical guidelines, and societal structures, will shape the future for generations to come. This requires not only technological expertise, but also a deep understanding of the ethical, social, and spiritual implications of this transformative technology. A future shaped by AI will be a future shaped by the choices we make today, and the urgency of thoughtful consideration cannot be overstated. This is not a mere technological advancement. It is a paradigm shift that demands our careful attention, discernment, and a profound commitment to responsible innovation and stewardship of this powerful tool. The potential benefits are immense, but the risks are equally substantial. The path forward requires wisdom, courage, and an unwavering commitment to safeguarding human dignity and upholding the values that define our shared humanity. The relentless advance of artificial intelligence, AI, is not merely reshaping individual industries. It is fundamentally altering the global economic landscape. The automation driven by AI's capabilities presents a profound challenge, threatening widespread job displacement and potentially exacerbating existing inequalities. This transformation is not a futuristic prediction. It is a reality unfolding before our eyes, demanding our immediate attention and strategic response. The scale of this disruption demands a multifaceted analysis, encompassing not just the technological advancements themselves, but also their profound social and ethical consequences. One of the most immediate and visible impacts of AI-driven automation is the displacement of human workers. The manufacturing sector, historically a major employer globally, provides a stark example. Robots equipped with sophisticated AI algorithms are rapidly replacing human labor on assembly lines, performing tasks with greater speed, precision, and efficiency. This trend extends beyond simple repetitive tasks. Advanced robotic systems now handle complex assembly processes, quality control checks, and even maintenance and repair, dramatically reducing the need for human intervention. The consequences are already being felt in the form of factory closures, job losses, and economic hardship for communities heavily reliant on manufacturing employment. The transportation industry is experiencing a similarly disruptive transformation. The development of self-driving vehicles powered by AI promises a future of increased safety and efficiency. However, this promise comes at a cost. The automation of driving, from trucking and delivery services to ride-sharing platforms, threatens to displace millions of professional drivers globally. The implications extend beyond the drivers themselves, impacting related industries such as logistics, maintenance, and repair. The economic ripple effect of such widespread job displacement is significant and cannot be ignored. The customer service sector, often characterized by high volumes of repetitive tasks, is also undergoing a profound shift. AI-powered chatbots and virtual assistants are increasingly deployed to handle routine customer inquiries, freeing human agents to focus on more complex issues. While this enhances efficiency for businesses, it simultaneously reduces the demand for human customer service representatives, leading to job losses and a shift in required skill sets. These are just a few examples of the numerous sectors experiencing the disruptive effects of AI-driven automation. The common thread is the replacement of human labor with automated systems, leading to job losses and economic uncertainty. This displacement is not uniformly distributed. It disproportionately affects low-skilled and middle-skilled workers, exacerbating existing economic inequalities. The potential consequences are grave, potentially leading to increased social unrest, political instability, and a widening gap between the wealthy and the working class. The narrative of a technological utopia, promising increased productivity and economic growth for all, begins to unravel under the weight of this harsh reality. The economic disruption caused by AI-driven automation necessitates a fundamental re-evaluation of our social safety nets and economic policies. The traditional model of employment, where individuals dedicate their working lives to a single company or industry, is becoming increasingly obsolete. The need for adaptable, lifelong learning becomes paramount. Individuals will need to constantly update their skills to remain relevant in a rapidly changing job market. This requires significant investment in education and retraining programs, equipping individuals with the skills needed to navigate the evolving technological landscape. Furthermore, government policies will need to adapt to this new reality. The concept of a universal basic income, UBI, is gaining traction as a potential solution to address the challenges of widespread job displacement. UBI, a regular, unconditional cash payment provided to all citizens, could provide a safety net for those whose jobs are automated away, preventing them from falling into poverty. However, UBI also presents its own set of challenges, including funding mechanisms and potential disincentives to work. The implementation of such a program requires careful consideration and debate. Beyond UBI, other policy interventions are needed to mitigate the negative consequences of AI-driven automation. These include measures to promote entrepreneurship and innovation, to support the creation of new jobs in emerging sectors, and to ensure a fair and equitable distribution of the benefits of technological progress. Such policies should not only address the immediate economic consequences of automation, but also seek to foster a more inclusive and sustainable future, where technological advancement contributes to human flourishing rather than exacerbating existing inequalities. The challenge of AI-driven automation is not merely an economic one, it is a moral and ethical imperative. The displacement of human workers raises profound questions about the responsibility of businesses and governments in ensuring a just transition to an automated future. The pursuit of economic efficiency should not come at the expense of human dignity and well-being. A commitment to social justice demands that we find ways to mitigate the negative consequences of automation, ensuring that the benefits of technological progress are shared widely and that no one is left behind. The biblical narrative itself offers a framework for understanding this technological challenge. The story of creation reveals God's intention for humanity to be stewards of creation, to cultivate and care for the earth and its resources. The rapid pace of technological advancement necessitates a renewed commitment to responsible stewardship, ensuring that technology serves human flourishing rather than contributing to societal harm. The temptation to chase efficiency at the expense of human dignity mirrors the fall of humanity, a prioritizing of self-interest over the well-being of others. This calls for a paradigm shift, where technological development is guided by ethical considerations and a commitment to social justice. The path forward requires a collaborative effort from governments, businesses, educators, and individuals. We must invest in education and retraining programs, develop new social safety nets, and foster a culture of innovation that prioritizes human well-being. Above all, we must remember that technology is a tool, a means to an end, and not an end in itself. Its purpose is to serve humanity, to enhance our lives and create a more just and equitable world. The challenge of AI-driven automation demands that we summon our creativity, our ingenuity, and above all, our moral compass, to ensure that technology truly serves the greater good and reflects the values that define our shared humanity. Failure to do so risks a future where the promise of technological progress is overshadowed by deepening inequalities and a widening chasm between the privileged and the marginalized. The ethical and spiritual dimensions of this challenge cannot be overlooked. They are integral to shaping a future where technological advancement truly benefits all of humanity, reflecting God's intention for human flourishing within creation. The specter of mass unemployment, driven by the relentless march of artificial intelligence, looms large. The anxieties it provokes are not merely economic, they strike at the very heart of human dignity and purpose. In this climate of uncertainty, the concept of a universal basic income (UBI) has emerged as a potential solution, a lifeline thrown into the turbulent waters of a rapidly changing world. But is it a genuine solution, a beacon of hope, or merely a shimmering mirage promising stability while masking deeper, more intractable problems? The idea of a UBI, a regular unconditional cash payment provided to all citizens regardless of their employment status, isn't a novel invention. Its roots can be traced back centuries, finding echoes in various philosophical and theological traditions. Thomas Paine, the influential Enlightenment thinker, advocated for a national fund in his work, Agrarian Justice, envisioning a system that would provide a basic income to all citizens, thereby securing a minimum standard of living. His vision, while rooted in the 18th century, resonates powerfully with the challenges of the 21st. The inherent dignity of every human being, a concept central to Christian theology, underpins the moral argument for UBI. The belief that each individual is created in God's image implies a fundamental right to basic sustenance, a right that transcends the vicissitudes of the job market. The parable of the talents, Matthew 25:14-30, serves as a powerful reminder that even those entrusted with fewer resources still retain inherent worth. The failure to provide a basic level of support risks violating this fundamental principle. Furthermore, UBI's appeal extends beyond moral considerations. From a purely economic perspective, it presents a potential solution to the challenges of mass unemployment. The automation of jobs, while increasing efficiency and productivity, could leave millions without means of livelihood. UBI could offer a safety net, ensuring a minimum standard of living even as the nature of work itself is radically transformed. It could also stimulate the economy by boosting consumer spending, as individuals have more disposable income to allocate as they see fit. This injection of capital could foster growth in sectors less susceptible to automation, leading to the creation of new jobs and industries. However, the implementation of a UBI system is far from straightforward. Numerous challenges and potential pitfalls lie ahead, demanding careful consideration and comprehensive planning. The most obvious obstacle is the sheer cost. Providing a meaningful basic income to an entire population would require a significant reallocation of resources, raising questions about the feasibility and sustainability of such a system. Funding mechanisms are crucial. Increased taxation, potentially including progressive taxes on corporations and high-income earners, would be necessary, alongside potential changes in government spending. Such changes would necessitate a thorough cost-benefit analysis to determine whether the financial burden would outweigh the potential economic benefits. Beyond financial considerations, concerns exist regarding the potential impact of UBI on individual incentives to work. Critics argue that providing an unconditional income could discourage people from seeking employment, leading to a decline in the overall workforce participation rate. This argument, however, overlooks the potential for UBI to foster individual agency and entrepreneurial pursuits. Rather than fostering idleness, a basic income could liberate individuals from the necessity of taking low-paying, unfulfilling jobs, enabling them to pursue education, skills training, or even start their own businesses. The key lies in finding a balance, ensuring that the basic income level is sufficient to provide a dignified standard of living without completely eliminating the incentive to work. The potential impact on existing social welfare programs also deserves consideration. UBI could potentially streamline existing systems, reducing administrative complexities and bureaucratic overhead. However, its integration with current programs requires careful planning to prevent unintended consequences and avoid duplicating efforts. The risk of creating a complex and unwieldy system, one that fails to address the needs of its intended beneficiaries, necessitates careful consideration of the existing landscape of social support. Furthermore, the ethical implications of implementing a UBI system must be carefully considered. The potential for government overreach and intrusive surveillance cannot be overlooked. The very mechanisms designed to ensure the smooth operation of the system, whether through digital identification systems or other forms of monitoring, raise serious concerns regarding individual privacy and freedom. This calls for a robust legal framework to protect citizens' rights and prevent the misuse of personal data. The temptation to leverage the data collected through UBI systems for social engineering or targeted manipulation should be vigorously resisted. A society that values individual liberty must be wary of sacrificing personal freedoms at the altar of convenience or efficiency. Beyond the logistical and ethical challenges, the philosophical underpinnings of UBI warrant further exploration. While the concept may seem to offer a simple solution to a complex problem, the reality is far more nuanced. The very nature of work and its role in human society is being questioned. In a world where machines increasingly perform tasks previously undertaken by humans, the definition of work itself must evolve. The traditional understanding of work as primarily a means of economic survival risks becoming obsolete. UBI could become a catalyst for reevaluating the purpose and meaning of work, enabling people to engage in activities that are both personally fulfilling and socially beneficial. This may include volunteer work, caregiving, artistic endeavors, and community projects. Activities that, though essential, are often undervalued in our current economic system. A careful examination of Scripture also reveals insights relevant to the debate surrounding UBI. The concept of stewardship, a recurring theme in biblical teachings, provides a valuable framework for understanding the ethical implications of technological advancements. Just as humanity is called to be responsible stewards of God's creation, so too must we approach technological progress with a sense of ethical responsibility. The pursuit of efficiency and economic growth should not come at the expense of human dignity and well-being. The parable of the laborers in the vineyard, Matthew 21:16, provides a compelling case for ensuring a minimum standard of living for all, regardless of their contribution to the economy. The kingdom of heaven, a place of justice and equity, serves as a powerful reminder of the moral imperative to provide for the basic needs of all people. The path forward requires a collaborative effort between governments, businesses, and individuals. A comprehensive strategy must be devised to address the challenges of AI-driven automation while promoting human flourishing. This involves investing in education and training programs to equip individuals with the skills necessary to navigate the changing job market, as well as creating new opportunities in emerging sectors. It further involves developing social safety nets that are robust, equitable, and capable of adapting to the evolving needs of society. Ultimately, the question of whether UBI is the answer to the challenges posed by AI-driven automation remains open to debate. While it may offer a potential solution, its implementation requires careful planning, thorough consideration of its potential impacts, and a commitment to ethical principles that prioritize human dignity and well-being. The challenges are significant, but the potential benefits, both economically and morally, are too compelling to ignore. The integration of UBI into a broader strategy that addresses the moral and ethical implications of technological advancement is crucial. Our response to this technological revolution should not only be pragmatic, but also guided by a profound understanding of our shared humanity and our commitment to God's vision of a just and equitable world. Only then can we harness the power of technology for the good of all, while upholding the inherent dignity of every human being created in God's image. The seemingly seamless integration of the Universal Basic Income (UBI) system hinges on a technological marvel, a hand-implanted microchip. This microchip, far from being a simple payment mechanism, functions as a comprehensive digital identity, a constant monitor of individual behavior and economic activity. Its existence necessitates a critical examination of its technological feasibility, ethical implications, and the profound societal shift it represents. The technological infrastructure required to support such a system is extensive and complex. It demands not only the development of a highly sophisticated and secure microchip capable of performing diverse functions, but also the creation of a robust nationwide network for data transmission and processing. This network must be capable of handling vast quantities of data in real time, ensuring seamless transactions and minimizing the potential for errors or disruptions. The implications for cybersecurity are staggering. A system reliant on a ubiquitous network becomes an irresistible target for hackers and malicious actors, posing significant risks to both individual privacy and the stability of the financial system. Protecting the integrity of the system would require an investment in advanced cybersecurity measures, including encryption, intrusion detection, and incident response capabilities, representing a substantial financial and technological undertaking. Beyond the network infrastructure, the microchip itself presents a formidable engineering challenge. It must be biocompatible, ensuring it can safely reside within the human body without causing adverse reactions. Its power source, likely a small rechargeable battery, must be both efficient and long-lasting, minimizing the need for frequent replacements. The chip's design would also need to address issues related to signal strength and interference, guaranteeing reliable communication regardless of the individual's location. Miniaturization is key. The size of the implant must be sufficiently small to be unobtrusive and minimize the potential for discomfort or rejection. The development and mass production of such a device would demand a significant investment of resources and expertise, pushing the boundaries of current technological capabilities. The ethical considerations surrounding the hand-implanted microchip are equally profound. The most pressing concern revolves around privacy. The microchip's ability to constantly monitor individuals' transactions and movements generates a trove of personal data, raising serious concerns about potential surveillance and abuse. While the system may be designed with laudable intentions, to ensure the equitable distribution of resources, the potential for misuse is undeniable. The temptation for governments or corporations to leverage this data for social engineering, political manipulation, or even outright oppression is a significant ethical concern. Safeguarding individual privacy requires a robust legal framework that establishes clear guidelines for data collection, storage, and use, ensuring transparency and accountability. Moreover, mechanisms for independent oversight are essential to prevent the system from being exploited for purposes beyond its original intent. A system of checks and balances must be in place to ensure the microchip's deployment adheres to ethical and legal standards. The question of autonomy is another critical ethical consideration. By linking an individual's access to essential resources to a constantly monitored microchip, the system undermines individual autonomy and freedom of choice. The ability to revoke access to the UBI, essentially a lifeline in a technologically advanced world, becomes a potent tool for control. Dissenting voices could be silenced by cutting off their access to essential resources, creating a climate of fear and self-censorship. This creates a chilling environment where individuals are incentivized to conform rather than express their views. The subtle but powerful pressure to conform undermines the very foundation of a free and open society. A society where individual liberties are subordinate to technological convenience risks, becoming a dystopian nightmare, where dissent is swiftly and effectively suppressed. The implications of societal dependence on this technology are vast and far-reaching. While the microchip may provide a solution to the problem of mass unemployment, it also creates an unprecedented level of dependency on a complex, centralized system. Should the system fail, due to technological malfunction, cyber attack, or political upheaval, the consequences could be catastrophic, leaving millions without access to essential resources. This reliance on technology creates a new form of vulnerability, one that transcends mere economic insecurity. It exposes society to a risk of systemic collapse, a potential calamity that necessitates a comprehensive contingency plan. The development of robust backup systems and alternative methods for resource distribution becomes essential, mitigating the risk of societal upheaval should the central system fail. The potential for bias and discrimination within the system also warrants scrutiny. The algorithms governing the UBI system may inadvertently, or deliberately, discriminate against specific groups, leading to inequalities in resource allocation. These algorithms, trained on historical data, can inherit and perpetuate existing societal biases, resulting in unfair or discriminatory outcomes. The development and implementation of such a system demands rigorous testing to identify and mitigate the potential for biased or discriminatory outcomes. Moreover, independent audits must be conducted to ensure the system's fairness and equity, guaranteeing equal access to resources for all citizens regardless of their background or circumstances. The spiritual implications of this technology are perhaps even more profound. The integration of a hand-implanted microchip echoes biblical prophecies, raising questions about the nature of control, the allure of convenience, and the ultimate cost of surrendering personal freedoms. The mark of the beast in Revelation, although open to diverse interpretations, serves as a potent warning against the seductive power of technology and the dangers of unchecked societal control. The temptation to trade liberty for stability, to embrace convenience at the expense of personal autonomy, is a recurring theme throughout history. The story of the Tower of Babel serves as a cautionary tale, highlighting the dangers of hubris and the importance of maintaining a spiritual compass amidst technological advancement. This hand-implanted microchip represents more than a technological solution to the economic anxieties of the machine age. It represents a fundamental shift in the relationship between humanity and technology. It forces us to confront the ethical, societal, and spiritual implications of unchecked technological progress. It compels us to ask fundamental questions about our values, our freedoms, and our humanity. If you are still here, thank you. And if you enjoyed this sneak peek into the mark of AI, please give this video a thumbs up so that it can reach more people, and you can also find The Mark of AI on Amazon. The link will be in the description below. Thank you, and God bless you.